Hi, this is Tim Campso with TBC Action Coach of Indiana with our Business Spotlight series. The purpose is to interview local business owners and promote them through our social channels and email database. This is a free service that we're providing because when every small business is strong, the economy is strong. Today, I have the pleasure of chatting with Jaime. Welcome, Jaime. It's great to have you on the show today.
It is great to be here and great to see you again.
So let's start with introducing yourself and tell us a little bit of your personal story.
Oh, my personal story. How much time do you got? I am Jaime Hensley. I'm a realtor with FC Tucker. My team's the Hensley Realty Group. Personal, I always say I've hovered over the real estate industry with doing mortgages and owning a flooring company. Married to my husband, who is actually a team member, just not doing it full time. And 3 daughters, 2 granddaughters. So we have lots of girls running around. And that's personal. That's about it.
And has Indiana been your home for your entire life?
Always. Grew up in Carmel.
Okay, fantastic.
Now live in Zionsville. Love Zionsville.
Wonderful. So tell us about your business.
Well, I started 5 years ago after... So mortgage business, I did mortgage business for a while. That led to, other things in a business that I had with my ex-husband. And somebody said, you should take your real estate test and get your license. And so I did. So here I am. I have been with Tucker the entire 5 years. Mm-hmm. No plans on jumping ship. I love Tucker. I always tell people we've been in business for 103 years, so we must be doing something right.
Yes.
The leadership is fabulous and the support I have from them is fabulous. First year I was on the Rising Star panel. So it's the top 10. They recognize the top 10 first year.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I know. And I love to look at the ones that are on there now and go, oh, I remember. It's so exciting. And I have a team member that we added back in September. And she's doing great. And she's raced around writing offers and learning how to write offers because she's not getting them all, which is part of what's happening now, but it's good practice for her.
Sure. Yeah.
So she's going to do really well. That's about a little bit about my business. I don't know what else I can say about it.
So tell us who you serve or who's your best client or what we call a target audience.
My best client. Well, right now, there are a lot of first-time home buyers. Mm-hmm. I love them. I mean, I feel bad for them right now just because it is such a roller coaster, which is probably a good thing for me to work with people like that because I'm kind of the cheerleader type person. So we got to keep them, upbeat, when they leave houses. And I feel like I can mother them too. So I like that. I also like right sizers. I call them right sizing, not downsizing. Taking them. I love everybody. I like taking people to that next step in their life. Uh-huh. I was telling somebody at lunch today, it's not the houses. Once you've been in a million houses, it's not the house. It's really the people and what I get to do to help them.
Wonderful. I love that perspective. So Jaime, what's been the greatest impact that COVID has had on your business?
Oh, it's gotten better. I mean, it's awful to say, but our sales went sky high. We had to bob and weave a little bit about how we did it. I remember last April of 2020, and I was really busy and, everybody thought the world was going to end. And we did closings. I sat in parking lots because I couldn't go inside. Virtual open houses instead of letting people in, or I did Facebook Live, which I had to learn how to be in front of a camera. Our sales, and it's still getting better.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. That's fantastic.
And so
you mentioned the bump and weave. We call that pivoting. You gave a couple examples. What would you say is the number one thing that you had to change in order to operate during COVID, and how much of an impact did that have on your business?
These things, this Zoom thing. I have had to learn to try the best I can to connect with somebody this way.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's going away, because we're now out and about.
Yeah.
But I think it made me appreciate that energy you get from just being with someone. You can't get it through a computer screen. What was your question again? And what was I talking about? Biggest change.
And how did that change positively impact your business, right? To allow you to thrive during COVID, as you said?
I think it really just taught me how to be grateful.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. To still be working.
Yeah.
Because of all the people that weren't working.
Yeah.
So yeah, gratitude.
So here's an interesting question. It's been said that smart people learn from their mistakes and wise people learn from the mistakes of others. So what's a mistake you've made along the way that you'd be willing to share to help other business owners learn from your experience?
Say that again. Smart people learn from
Smart
their
people learn from their mistakes and
wise
wise
people
people learn from the mistakes of others. So what's a mistake you've made that you'd be willing to share so others can learn from you?
I think the mistake I've made early on was not having confidence in myself.
Hmm.
And yeah, not having confidence in myself. And I've learned with every transaction, because, in real estate, the transactional part, it's never the same. Everything is different. So I do learn a little bit from every transaction, but more so, I think just learning about myself that I can do this.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Second last question here. So we'll get your contact information so that we can include that with this video. But is there anything else you want to make sure that that we cover today, or any types of offers that you're running, or what's the best way for folks to find out if you're the right fit for them?
Oh, well, we just have to sit down and meet.
Okay.
I mean, it's really the only way, so that I can explain how I run my business. There are so many, I don't know if you heard this statistic now, since the market's so good, everybody wants to go get their license. There are more licensed realtors now than there are homes for sale.
Wow.
So there's a lot of good realtors out there, and there are a lot of maybe not so good ones. And everybody knows 12 realtors maybe. I mean, it's just important to sit down and learn how you run your business. And that's the key, is that it's run like a business.
Got it. Yeah, I've heard that there's a number of folks who do it sort of on the side and don't put the same energy into it that you do. So what would you say, what are the one or two things that a buyer should be looking for in a realtor?
A buyer.
Or a seller, either way. Yeah.
Well, again, you said part-time, like people doing it part-time. Maybe some people can. I don't know how you can, because this is such there's no hours to it. So I don't know how you would do it part-time. I think that's important to know, that somebody takes it seriously and runs it like a business, because it's the biggest purchase you're going to make in your life, usually.
Right.
To know that, and to know the people, that they listen to you, that they listen, that they communicate, they're available. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
Awesome. So last question here, Jaime. What's been most inspiring to you during all the craziness of the past year?
What's been the most inspiring? Watching people figure out how to get things done. Like, I love the fact that people have a choice now to work at home if they want to, because it's just so, home is important. Your family's important. Now, I don't think I could have worked at home when my kids were little. I wouldn't think I'd get anything done, but just to have that option, to watch companies say, oh, they are still being productive at home. People don't need to be, hovered over.
Right.
So
Awesome.
I like the whole how we've learned to adapt, because really we have.
even to be able to communicate with people via Zoom, right?
Via Zoom, yeah. I mean, it is great. I mean, I didn't like it when we had to do it,
Yeah.
uh, but it is great for, it has its place.
Yeah. I've found that now that people have embraced it, that it does help make folks more efficient and effective, because you can have a 30-minute Zoom call that's way more effective than a 30-minute phone call. And then you can determine if it makes sense to meet in person.
Right, right. And you know, like I just thought of this. I have a potential buyer that might move from Virginia, and we did have a phone call. And I should reach out to her and say, hey, you want to just meet over Zoom before you come to town?
Yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it does bridge the gap. It's a little more personal than a phone call. So
I
I
just wish I had thought of Zoom. Why
yeah.
didn't I do stuff like this?
Well, hey, Jaime, I appreciate your time today, and the insights that you shared, and the lessons that you've had. I know other folks are going to be able to learn from your vulnerability and in sharing your mistakes. And for those listening, if you're looking for an amazing realtor, someone who's going to care more about you and your needs than about closing on a deal, please reach out to Jaime. Like I said, I'll include her contact information along with this video, so you can reach out to her. She'd be happy to have a Zoom call with you.
Oh, I'll do it
in person, whatever you desire.
Yeah.
Jaime, it's been a pleasure talking with you today, and I wish you tremendous success.
Thank you. And you the same. You're
so
doing great.
much.
Yep. Good to
All
see
right.
you.
Take care. Bye now.
See you.